My controller works. Alright, apparently we're live. Again, with Mega Man 10 this time. So again, we're just gonna get right into it. Be playing on Mega Man on the normal difficulty. In 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this game is about the same, but also vastly different, because the biggest thing is you get quick weapon swap. So you will almost never see the pause menu in this game. Oh boy. So unlike Mega Man 9, we're actually starting with the water level this time. This level is it's certainly something. So similar to Tornado Man's with the terrain, there's currents in this, which will push you forward and backward. So that one in this section pushes you forward, and this one going this way pushes you backward. These bubbles that these machines are spawning will drag you to the top. I'm just gonna wait because this is a marathon. I don't really want to die. Oh boy, nice D-pad, I guess. I didn't get that. It's like frame perfect. If you go up that ladder like exactly fast enough, you can jump over that one Susie. It's extremely hard to do. Oh boy, why did I do a full jump? I'm just gonna play this fight a little bit safer. You can get inside his bubbles here. I know the good players, they'll actually like take intentional hits and get inside the hitbox the entire time. I don't know how to do that. Well, I just play it safe, and last marathon I did of this game, I died on Plumpman. I don't really want to do that. Isn't this guy in arms? He might be. That would be awesome if he was. We get the water shield, which actually is a much better shield. Not better than Jewel Satellite, but it's probably both 9 and 10. Their shield, they really stepped it up with their shield, the weapons. So Solar Man, we're going to see a lot of Rush Coil stage. But in this game, contrary, I think contrary is the word, to Mega Man 9, we're actually going with Weakness Order. Just because that's the fastest. So the first big, well, it's not really RNG if you know what you're doing. Oh boy. Alright, fantastic. That was very bad, but we move on. But what you want to do is hit 5 or 6 buster shots, and then you can use a full wheel of a water shield to kill them. But I missed a lot, so that didn't happen. This section, we do it very deliberately so we can avoid damage. With that one, you can actually get your coil in between that one, just to skip a little bit of the ladder. And you don't really have to wait. And We back boost off of that missile, so we can skip that guy. We're already on the boss. So, Solar Man, he can jump into any of those three, the left, middle, or right pits. We got unlucky, but he gave us a decent enough pattern to make up for it. Now we are actually going to really see the power of weapon swapping in this next stage. Because with the Solar Blaze, every weapon in this game will have kind of two parts to it, where with Solar Blaze it has the initial fireball, then will split into two, either after a couple seconds or when it hits something. So we're going to kind of... Once we get there, we'll see how we exploit that a bit. This is your typical ice stage. These ice blocks are new though, where they take 2 shots, or if you jump on them, or if an enemy jumps on them, they'll crack, and then the second hit will destroy them. Right, so this is the first part where you see it. So as you saw, once you swap off of a weapon, it'll disappear off the screen, which is very helpful, so we can do stuff like that. So we can just swap right to rush. I'm just gonna play that safe. Oh boy. And that happened, of course it did. I played the first part safe, and then I did not play the second part safe, so we're going back. It's just practice. See, I did that again. Oh well. That's how you want to do it, is you want to kill that second block, and then you won't have to touch that third one. Out of frustration, we're going to kill that Stomper. Then for Chillman, he's either going to jump immediately. Alright, that was actually a decent fight for my standard. But what you want to do is, you can, when you jump on the ice, it'll stop you in your tracks instead of you sliding around. So it just kind of works out that when you jump, you can also avoid the ice, the chill spikes that he's sending at you. And yeah, there's chill spike. As you saw with the tutorial thing, the first part of it is just a projectile, and then the second part will actually turn into a spike, which we'll see later in the stage. Like that, if you have the chill spike and they run over it, they'll get destroyed. But if you hit them with the projectile directly, it'll just freeze them, and you don't want to do that. And for some of the sections, you can just jump on the bus, and then it'll take you the other way. how we are monetarily for this marathon, but we're getting close to 1,000, so that'll be pretty awesome if we hit it. Oh boy, I almost shot that too late. This section we're just gonna shoot it exactly so that Sniper Joe will have exactly one shot on him. The preferred pattern here would be that, where he jumps first and then just goes back and forth, so when he runs over the spike it'll do a lot of damage. You can just cycle him through that. And when he does his wheelie thing, he'll go up the wall. You don't want him to do that too quickly. Then if he messes up, you can hit him directly, and then it'll freeze. And when you freeze him, it'll go to the next... He'll skip to his next attack pattern. And now in 10, we get Rush Jet after 4 Robot Masters. But once again, we get Rush Jet right before the stages that we really save time using it with. So Commando Man, this stage actually is the exact same every time, except for like that first hit I took, just because I don't remember how to do that first part properly. But there's no RNG in this stage. All of the time save will be on the boss. But its gimmick, as you saw, was the those sandstorms, which will either push you forward or backward, depending on which section you're in. And this one is going to push me backward, but since I have Rush Jet, I can just avoid it by going above the screen. Then the last section, it's pushing us forward. And there's not really much to the stage once you actually learn it. All this time save is on the boss fight, because there's a property where whenever he jumps, he loses iframes. So we'll hope he does a short jump where we can actually... Okay, well... I messed it up because I got confused why he shot twice, but... You kind of saw it, I hit him twice. So the Commando Bomb, as you saw, it will, it's just a projectile, but then once it hits a wall, it'll explode, which is what you actually, which is where all of its damage comes from. That stage is the first one where you really see Wheel Cutter. Is you can just practically skip some of the longer ladders in the game with it. Alright. So I don't know how you're actually intended to beat Tri-Castle. I'm guessing with Water Shield, because this is still the weakness order. But with time attack, you'll have a rebound striker, which is really powerful against it. And I quickly swapped off of the water shield as soon as I killed those guys because I didn't want to get a drop, I guess. Or at least a weapon drop. If I got a health drop, it would still do it. If we place our commando bomb in the right spot, it'll hit him twice. Which it did twice. We didn't get the triple double, unfortunately. But we get the triple blade, which is pretty much the same properties of the magma bazooka in the last game. Where it'll stack damage. But in this, I'm not sure if it's the same with the magma bazooka. But if you hit with all three, it'll only still do 2 damage, so you have to shoot a second one. You have to shoot a second triple blade to do maximum damage. Whoops. Oh well. That mini boss there was the keeper, I think it's called. Preferably, if you want to actually have a good time in this game, you can just kill it with commando bomb. You can line it up into get 2 double hits, but I don't know how to do that. I've never known how to do that. So you can just hit him once with a commando bomb, and then just finish him off with a triple blade. And a fun fact about this stage, if you select it wrong, in the wrong order, you'll pretty much just have to reset because there's no instant death spikes in this game, or in this stage. So you'll have to find an enemy, and then just die 3 times from it. Alright, so we get the rebound striker, which its property is it's a I don't know what kind of ball it is. I think it's a soccer ball. But it'll every time it hits a wall, it'll increase its damage. So we're gonna try and exploit that against Sheepman. Then we get our first glimpse of the disappearing blocks gimmick in this game, at least, which they'll actually disappear by color. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, you wanna Okay, with those disappearing blocks, sometimes you can time your jumps and get max fall velocity, which I didn't do properly with the one that I was trying to. Wait for that. And luckily we get the return of Yoku blocks, but we don't actually have to deal with them. Except for this part, but we can just wait. You can use your rush coil and go off the spikes there with it, but I didn't want to risk it since I've already died once. Now, would I have risked it if I hadn't died yet? I don't know. Alright, we didn't get good luck, but what you saw me do was kind of stand a little bit far back, so it bounces once before hitting Sheepman, just to increase the damage a bit. That was our final Roar Master, and we can go on to the Wily stages. Which, there's only one Wily Fortress in this game. And in this, we're gonna start in this range section. This is kind of, all three of the boss sections are on a global timer. This is the only one we can really manipulate, so we can get Electman first. But I am not saying it's impossible to manipulate the other two. But you just have to play the stage the exact same way and not make any mistakes. It's pretty simple, think about it. But as you saw, it's called the Weapon Archives. It takes a boss from Mega Man's 1 through 8, excluding Rockman and Forte, because that game does not exist canonically, due to the fact that it does not have a boss in the Weapon Archive. Oh boy. I just whiffed to Solar Blazes, whatever. Alright, so this spider thing is okay, I killed him. But where he jumps is actually dependent on, I think it's how you jump up that one of those platforms. I've lost my knowledge of the game that Chlorate gave me. I could have used that actually. I Solar Blaze that first one in the off chance I get a big weapon drop. It almost never happens, but I do it anyway. Did it again. I swapped, but it didn't shoot. Alright. So we're gonna start with Chill Spike, because we want Slash Man first. But now that I said something, yeah, we get actually Slash Man first. Oh boy. Okay, well I messed up this strat I invented. So for Slash Man, you can kind of predict where he's gonna go. I never bothered to learn it, so I invented my own strat, where you stand against the wall, hit him twice, shoot a Chill Spike against the wall, and he'll land on that, and you shoot one behind him. If it's low enough, he'll jump into it, or if it's really low enough, he'll just spawn on top of him. But I spawned it too high, because I'm washed. So this stage is also on a global timer. I don't know what that global timer is anymore. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I still got hit. What am I doing? Oh boy. I am out of Triple Blade. Awesome. I'm just gonna wait, because I don't know what cycle I'm on. See, I should have grabbed that Triple Blade, but I didn't. Now I'm paying the price. This is kind of like a mini boss rush with only 2 mini bosses. So, I am going to take the top route because I don't like doing the bottom route without Triple Blade. Alright, so I don't have Triple Blade for this section either. So I've just got to be a bit careful and not get crushed. There's step 1, there's step 2. I apologize for the lack of commentary. Wily 2 is really hard. You can play this stage a million times, it'll still give you trouble. Alright, so the Crab Puncher, you want his eyes to stay open, because if not, he'll close them and block them with his fists. Which it doesn't look like he's doing. And we want to use our amp tank here. Which I wasted a lot of ammo, so it's not really I have to press B actually on the SNES controller for that. We got out of it without any deaths. Even though it's an awful wily too, but... Wily 3 is, oh, not really, it's calmer than Wily 2. But there's another, it's kind of like the Gravity Well. Now that I think about it, this is they stole from Mega Man 9 pretty much. They ran out of ideas. So, it's like the Gravity Well, but there's these green buttons. There's this platform with the green buttons. I actually got that. Awesome. Whoops. Alright. I'm gonna jet over here. You're meant to kind of go back and forth with that seesaw. they were in Blade Man stage, but that's really slow. So if you're doing Buster only, I don't know why you do Buster only for anything, but that's what you'll have to do. Or just damage boost a million times, which I don't know if you have enough health for that actually with the shrimp. Yo, thanks for the 5 gifted, anonymous gifter. So for this section at the end, we're gonna coil into a wheel cutter, just to skip that going all the way up. That's like the one actual trick in this stage that I know how to do. The one of like 3 tricks stage actually. So yet again, we have another devil, but it's the block devil. So once he forms, we're gonna spawn Rebound Striker at like a certain point. So we're gonna stand here. Once the other ones come down, we're gonna shoot 2. And then that's how you do the fight. It's a lot better on normal. On easy mode, the blocks go at half speed, and there's no bottomless pit. So you have to kind of like fight him like you fight Sheepman for the first part. But easy mode's stupid anyway, it doesn't matter. Now we're on to the refights. So an interesting quirk about the refights is the boss teleporters here are in the exact spots that they're on the stage select screen. So that's how you memorize them. And the only new boss weakness we're gonna see is the Pumpman. Of course, it's literally the worst weapon in the series. Yeah. You want him to jump twice. Whatever. If he stands in the lightning, you want him to jump twice to stand in the lightning, and then you can kind of like stack Thunder Rolls and do massive damage. He didn't do that, so whatever. But then all the other boss fights are exactly the same, because we did weakness order in this. That was a little bit better of a fight, even if I didn't get lucky again. Let's see if he can give me good luck. No, he didn't. I don't know why I did that. I can use 3. I don't know why I thought I only had 2 to work with. Oh, I call that. I dubbed it myself. It's called the Russell Westbrook because it's the triple double. At least I got to do that. Oh, I'm on the wrong weapon. Stop doing that. Stop it. Okay. We're gonna W-tank Solar Blaze there. Just because I don't want to use Triple Blade against the Wily. Okay, perfect fight again. So there's 2 phases to this Pirate Wily. His First phase is weak to Solar Blaze, which is why we W tank. If you're good at the game, you W tank, or you don't W tank, you I'm gonna have to play this a little bit safer. You triple blade. This is not safe. Okay. That was a very bad fight. But you want to coil and then quick swap onto Water Shield. I swapped onto a triple blade like twice. But we're on to the final stage. So the final Wily fight is also on a global timer, technically. So if you do this stage the exact same way, you'll get the same pattern every time. But I don't know how to do that, so we're just gonna go for it and hope we get lucky. So once again, Wily's weakness. So Wily is in the air again, and his weakness is a weapon that goes straight to the ground. Luckily, we have space physics, so we can actually jump to the top of the screen. But it's still stupid. And time will be on the final hit. That's a very bad spawn. Oh, I missed. And time. Well, with a death and chill, that's not bad. I apologize again if my commentary for 10 wasn't that fantastic. But, yeah, that's Mega Man 9 and 10. And then, shout out to Darko and Asno, because he just did a marathon run of his own of whatever he did. Those are the only two shoutouts I'll give. I guess I'll shout out RGL as well. RGL, and then please donate for the... What is the Feed the Kids. No, it's not No Kid Hungry. I don't know what it is. I apologize. Random Acts. Yeah, that's what it's... Okay, we'll go on to the next run before I talk for 10 more minutes and everybody ears bleed.